Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're talking about extreme weight loss in this series. This is episode 2. So last time we talked about the entire intent behind it and why people choose competition. And you know, Adam and I both agree that that can be a very great external motivator as long as you're working on some of the intrinsic values. But there's a first step. These clients come on board, Adam, they're ready to go, they're excited, they're motivated, and they need to know what to do. So if you've got somebody who has 70 to 100 pounds to lose, how do you determine calorie needs? When we look at energy balance formulas, when we look at macronutrient profiles and all the different types of dieting, are you somebody who says, okay, this person is heavier, there's a lot of extra physical demand, so I'm gonna estimate pretty high on their metabolic capacity, or how do you make those initial determinations?
Yeah, a lot of it is just the initial conversation with the client. The big divide with extreme weight loss clients is their eating lifestyle so just extravagant that is why they're that much heavier, or is their metabolic rate really that slow? And a lot of times people aren't dishonest, but they just almost undercalculate what they actually eat. So I always try to err on the side of caution, and this is where it gets tricky because I want to give someone a plan where they can make progress, but I also don't want to make it so rigid that it just completely turns them off from dieting right away. So I might almost behaviorally meet them where they are. I just had a recent client, she said her and her husband go out for wine twice a week. It's Saturday and Sunday. I actually said, let's keep that in, keep your calories here, and let's see if we can keep that in just for a little while. And my plan is to eventually replace that with a refeed, something more calculated. But let's see if we can lose just by some very small lifestyle adjustments.
Yeah, I love that, man. You know, my first doctorate was in nutrition, which is definitely the mechanics of nutrition physiology. But then later in my 30s, I did another PhD in health education, which is more of the broader perspective. You know, here's nutrition as a piece of health. How does this all fit in? And I love that the nutrition coaching industry right now seems to be going through a bit of a maturation where an awful lot of people, I just interviewed Lauren Conlon about this in a feature for Contest Prep University, you know, the difference between that kind of rigid meal plan dieting or just, you know, the ultimate in flexible dieting. How do we meet people where they are? So the fact that you would even start somebody out and say, yeah, let's just use your food. Let's keep that wine in there. That's incredible because number one, it proves that you don't just have a cookie cutter plan. Like here, no, this is how you do it. No, you can't do that because this is the path. This is the rule book. But it also means you have to actively coach. This is a relationship. And especially with somebody who's engaging in extreme weight loss, it's not about just, you know, going through the motions, hitting some numbers. Here's my you know, exports from my you know, tracking app. It's got to be deeper than that. And I think this is where you're heading.
Absolutely. And I've had people where it's almost a checks and balances. We start taking some of these things away and they say, you know, ultimately I see where this is going. I'm healthier, I'm lighter. And I don't think I'm willing to go that deep into this prep now that I'm living through it, but I am healthier and I'm more aware calorically of what I was putting into my body, and they maybe bypass contest prep. And that's totally fine. I think that's a win-win. And not to discourage anyone, but once you're in it, it just feels a lot different than looking at macro numbers on paper and, you know, maybe not having as many family outings or untracked days. But we just kind of tap people in the right direction. I kind of would define this phase as like putting the training wheels on the bike.
And then don't you find that once they just feel comfortable and they, oh, this is doable, I can do that, quicker than you may anticipate, they are ready to dive into the deep end. They'll start tracking accurately, and then they get one little taste of success and like, yeah, give me that next chapter. I want to keep going.
Yeah, it's what can I do next to make even more progress? It's almost like sometimes they'll turn it on and get even hungrier for that progress. And that's where, beyond just sending a weekly summary, like just giving me some feedback, if you are excited about your progress and you're saying, you know what, I do want to give up wine night, what's this refeed, can we turn it up another notch, I'm all aboard on that.
Cool. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next, guys. So stay tuned for episode 3. We're going to break it down a little bit deeper into the macros and the physiology behind getting a start. We'll see you next time.